see what we have here. Willis Barnstone. Willis Barnstone. Oh, yeah. A little pollen today. Hello? Right into sitting here to read a little bit of poetry and enjoy a little freshly made iced tea. I don't know if it can be called iced tea, if it's just been refrigerator cooled. Maybe it's lukewarm tea, cool tea, something like that. And, got a little allergies going, so I apologize. Anyway, I'm sitting here in the library at the studio, and got a shelf of poetry. I guess apparently just off camera. There's the shelf of poetry. There's probably a couple other shelves of poetry, and actually kind of a stack of humor books that haven't found their own shelf, which is a highly scholarly thing to have just behind me. And I was thinking that the other day when I did a little bit of poetry reading, I picked a few books and skipped over Mao Zedong because, of course, controversy. But I think that I'm interested in poetry, wherever from it springs, and it may not connect to me, and it may connect to me, but I'm interested nevertheless, and that would include this volume. That is not to say I think it's the best poetry ever, or it always grabs me. In fact, I haven't cracked this volume for probably since I've been at the farm, so a dozen years or so, and it certainly is a little musty one, but I've probably had this one for 30 years, and I'm going to guess something like that. I'm wondering, this is translated by Willis Barnstone with in a working collaboration with Coaching Pole, and this says first edition 1972. Yeah, so it has been with me for a while, and it's just entitled The Poems of Mao Zedong. And so as I've been doing when I've been reading these, is just kind of open it up and seeing what we see. Hi Deirdre, yay! And maybe kind of quickly pre-perusing in case something seems a little perhaps profane or inappropriate in my view at the moment, or maybe, oh boy, I don't know if I can pronounce all that, I'll skip the next, and just kind of trusting that unplanned unfolding. So I've opened here to, I wonder how this works, 1, 2, 3, yeah. So this is entitled 3 Songs. It's I guess it's 3 stanzas, each numbered, stanza 1, stanza 2, stanza 3. And so you're certainly welcome to read an awful lot of meaning into these, and perhaps you consider them a great leap backward, or a countercultural revolution. But I'm here for the poetry, not the politics, which probably could describe my life. I'm here for the poetry, not the politics. Somebody write that down. So I've happened to open to page 60, Willis Barnstone's translation of Mao Zedong. This work is called 3 Songs. Mountain. I whip my quick horse and don't dismount, and look back in wonder. The sky is 3 feet away. Mountain. The sea collapses and the river boils. Innumerable horses race insanely into the peak of battle. Mountain. Peaks pierce the green sky, unblunted. The sky would fall, but for the columns of mountains. And so this one is from 1935, and it's got mountains in it, so I'm kind of feeling like maybe that's the theme. Wow. Kelly Gray. Wow, wow, wow. Hello, hello. Great to have you aboard. So I'm on page 71 here. I'm trying to remember to sit back a little to stay in the camera. This is entitled Liu Pan, the Mountain of Six Circles. Liu Pan, the Mountain of Six Circles. And Liu is six, so I'm wondering if Pan is the translation of circles, meaning it's Liu Panshan in Chinese. The Chinese characters are in the book here, so I was just figuring I'd look and see if I can suss that out. 11th month. 1934. Oh, 1935. Apologies. That's mountain 6. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Liu Pan, the Mountain of Six Circles, page 71. Dazzling sky to the far cirrus clouds. I gaze at wild geese vanishing into the south. If we cannot reach the long wall, we are not true men. On my fingers I count the 20,000 li we have already marched. Li is a traditional Chinese measure of distance. Zhusan Li is a point on the. Okay, so I was on the wrong side. An acupuncture point on the shin. On the summit of Liu Pan, the west wind lazily ripples our red banner. Today we have the long rope in our hands. When will we tie up the gray dragon of the 7 stars? So the 7 stars is the dipper, and often represents kind of the provinces in China too. I'm going to read that one again because I interrupted the reading. Liu Pan, the Mountain of 6 Circles. Dazzling sky to the far cirrus clouds. I gaze at wild geese vanishing into the south. If we cannot reach the long wall, we are not true men. On my fingers I count the 20,000 li we have already marched. On the summit of Liu Pan, the west wind lazily ripples our red banner. Today we have the long rope in our hands. When will we tie up the gray dragon of the 7 stars? I guess, was it last year? Well, it wasn't a calendar year per se, so it was probably the first half of last year and the last half of the prior year. Something like that. From mid-2018 to mid-2019 is when I think I did it. But I decided to write a poem whenever I was interrupted by geese. Quite often that meant the sound of geese, who spend quite a bit of time up here. So I have a whole bunch of, it's called eat in Chinese, the geese. I haven't done anything with those poems, but if it's something you'd be interested, please comment, let me know. Maybe I'll make a reading of the geese poems or some of them. Anyway, here we are. Maybe I'll set my glasses here. There's Texado's still here with me for poetry reading. There you go. You alright there, buddy? Sitting there in the sunshine? Alright. And we will just kind of flip here. I'm kind of tempted just to read this one because it's titled Snow. Made me feel like the prior one got us up to the mountaintop. I feel like that was page 71, I think is what I had said. Yeah, there we go. So page 70. Nah, it doesn't look good. Do-do-do, do-do-do. That sounds like a warlike poem, I think. I wonder what this one means. Yeah, so this is entitled Swimming, page 85. After swallowing some water at Changsha, I taste a wuchang fish in the surf and swim across the Yangtze River that winds 10,000 li. I see the entire Chu sky. Wind batters me. Waves hit me. I don't care. Better than walking lazily in the patio. Today I have a lot of time. Here on the river, the master said, dying, going into the past, is like a river flowing. I feel like it's possible that I am really bad Chinese poet born really, really, really late into the world. So this is called Climbing Lushan. So that's a mountain, Mount Lu. And I don't know what the translation of Lu here is. Page 97 for the reading at home version. The mountain looms firmly over the great river. I climb 400 bends to its green, lush peak. With cool eyes I stare at the rim of mankind and the sea beyond. Hot wind blows rain in the sky and down to the river. Clouds over the 9 tributaries and the floating yellow crane, where waves rippled toward the 3 wu. White mist flies up. Who knows where Tao, the ancient poet, has gone? Is he farming in the land of the peach blossoms? This one is page 101, and it's entitled To a Friend. White clouds hang over the mountain of 9 questions. The daughters of the emperor rode the wind down to a jade meadow, where 1,000 tears fell and dappled the bamboo. Now their dresses are 100 folds of silk, 1,000,000 sun clouds of red blossoms. In Tungting Lake, snow waves rise to heaven, and people of the Orange Island sing and make the earth vibrate. I want to dream of the immense land of the hibiscus, shiny with young morning sun. That's an interesting title. Wow. This is entitled Written on a Photograph of the Cave of the Gods. That's a great title. Written on a photograph of the Cave of the Gods. At blue-green twilight, I see the rough pines serene under the rioting clouds. The Cave of the Gods was born in heaven, a vast wind-ray beauty on the dangerous peak. And then page 107. I think I should probably just check on you all in case anybody's asked a question. Hi, Tommy. Hello. There you go, Texa. Give you a wave there. I just realized since it's live, people could be asking a question and commenting, and I should seem all the more hospitable if I was to check in on those. Okay. I'm kind of thinking this would be the last one, but maybe not. We'll see. This is page 107. In praise of the winter plum blossom. Spring disappears with rain and winds and comes with flying snow. Ice hangs on 1,000 feet of cliff, yet at the tip of the topmost branch, the plum blooms. The plum is not a delicious girl showing off, yet she heralds spring. When mountain flowers are in wild bloom, she giggles in all the color. Yeah, I'm sitting under a locust tree here in the library, or relatively under, partly under. Yeah, that's good. The skies are partly locust today, partly birch. This one I see locust when I scanned it, so that's enough reason for me. Ken, I just finished sipping my tea in your ceramic, and I've switched to iced tea now. I sprayed it 20 minutes ago, so sorry. But my leftover chicken is in the rice bowl that you gave me, and that's in the fridge, ready for, I'm not sure at this point if it'll be a late lunch or early dinner, but so thank you, of course. So this is page 111. To quo mojo. On our small planet, a few houseflies bang on the walls. They buzz, moan, moon, and ants climb the locust tree and brag about their vast dominion. It is easy for a flea to say it topples a huge tree. In Chang'an, leaves spill in the west wind. The arrowhead groans in the air. And we might be right at the end of the book, and since I've kind of gone from early to late in the book, I'm rather thinking it was kind of nice. This has got probably 30 pages. What do we think? 25 pages? Yeah, that 20 or so pages of notes on the poetry, which I find very helpful. It looks like it gives alternate translations for some of the things, like the earlier one that we read that mentioned Changsha. It mentions how it's the capital of Hunan, which is Mao Zedong's native province. So yeah, it's kind of I find that very interesting if I was going to be studying these, rather than, or I say study, but reading them myself, rather than reading them to you. I'd be looking at every note. But anyway, it now occurs to me that the one I thought I had finished finishes on the next page. The Tu Quo Mojo. And so I will begin it again and apologize. That was a mic test. So again, Tu Quo Mojo. On our small planet, a few houseflies bang on the walls. They buzz, moan, moon, and ants climb the locust tree and brag about their vast dominion. It is easy for a flea to say it topples a huge tree. In Chang'an, Leaves spill in the west wind. The arrowhead groans in the air. We had much to do, and quickly. The sky earth spins, and time is short. 10,000 years is long, and so a morning and an evening count. The 4 oceans boil, and clouds fume with rain. The 5 continents shake in the wind of lightning. We wash away insects and are strong. So this has been the Poems of Mao Zedong, as translated by Willis Barnstone. And I think, since that's all I had planned, and I've found my way to the end, that will be about the end of our little visit. If I am done checking on students, these days there's a lot of people to check on in need. Actually sitting across from the apothecary where I spent some time this morning putting together herbal orders for folks. Wonder if I can, I can't turn the camera. Can I? Maybe I can. Yeah, maybe because see the apothecary that I'm facing. The DeWalt is a light for filming, so you get a little sense of the apothecary space that I'm in. Herbs and all. But maybe if I have a little bit of time and nothing's on fire, I'll choose some other poetry and do this again soon. So for now, thank you very much. You want to bow, Texa? Very nice. Good job, buddy. Thank you.